Salutations, Utopians. Hope all is well in your world. Global here. Um, Action-packed day in sports. We got a little bit of March Madness. Got some NBA as we're winding down into the playoff hunt. And then we also had some major blockbuster trades. And, if you know anything about me, I love me some big-time moves for the NFL and NBA. So that's exactly what we got today. Um, I missed Trey Murphy's crazy alley-oop dunk with the Pelicans because I was so enamored by the trade market today in the NFL. First and foremost, Davante Adams signing. Davante Adams is going to the LA Rams as a free agent, and I think what's exciting about that is, and what raised some eyebrows was like, well, wait a minute. You guys have been pretty adamant about moving off Cooper Kupp, who has been a little bit injury prone, but definitely, showed up when they needed him the most. I don't know if necessarily their vertical game, the LA Rams that is, has a problem. They bring back Matthew Stafford. There was speculation that he might go to the Raiders. Ultimately, he may or may not have taken a little less money to remain with Los Angeles and the brilliant genius and Sean McVay, excuse me. Um, so what we have here right now is a situation where they felt like they needed to switch it up a little bit. As you all know, Davante is a very animated individual. He was with the Raiders, then he went to the Jets. Hasn't seemed to found a home. As you all know, he's 32 years of age, so it's getting a little tricky for him to figure out where he belongs. And with an offensive guru like Sean McVay and an all-time great in Matthew Stafford, who I've been campaigning now for the last couple years, deserves to be considered in the top 10 all-time greatest category discussions if Aaron Rodgers is in that department. And I know that the power of marketing plays a factor into a lot of these things, hence why a lot of people were disturbed by my comments today online. Seemed to have garnered some attention when I stated that, remember there was a time when the Rams made a huge splurge and went and got Allen Robinson. A lot of people might not know he was with the Jaguars and the Bears. Phenomenal jump ball receiver, one of those guys you can just kind of throw the ball up there, he'll go find it. And Davante, obviously, people say he's a far greater caliber, but if you look, actually, Allen Robinson had a higher had greater stats. Statistically, his best season was better Davante, even though you can say Davante had a better career. Davante was also afforded the diamond standard in the Green Bay Packers organization and also a phenomenal quarterback in Aaron Rodgers. This is now Davante's opportunity, ironically, full circle moment for those of you who know my take on the Stafford-Rodgers matter, for us to see what exactly does that ensue with a 32-year-old Davante Adams and a 37-year-old Stafford. Remember, Stafford is the kind of guy, this isn't his first go-around. He ain't new to this. He's true to this. He got Golden Tate. He got Marvin Jones Jr. He brought, he's gotten guys to leave where they play at and come sign over on free agency, which says a lot about a quarterback. He's broken records with Cup, with Nakua, with Megatron, with Golden Tate. He's done records with pretty much anybody. Brandon Pettigrew at tight end. He made a Pro Bowler out of the guy, I can't think, the Detroit Lions passed on Aaron Donald, ironic, Eric Ebron, but he even went to a Pro Bowl with Stafford, despite the questionable hands allegations that people have had, that he's had to battle uphill with. So, my thing is, I don't know if Cooper Kupp was so unbearable. Yes, he has broken down a lot more lately. I don't know if he was so unbearable to go take this type of gamble. This is more of a commercial, mainstream marketing type move, flashy move. And right now the Rams are coming out of the Aaron Donald era. I don't necessarily know if this is the kind of move they need at the moment. I know Kyron Williams is looking promising. Puka's Puka. They still got Tutu Atwell. Might want to add him on your fantasy team in the late round just as a safety blanket. He's re-up for a 1-year deal, so you know guys on 1-year deal always trying to show up and show out. But I don't necessarily know of a deal like this being the needle moving transaction that they necessarily needed. And so it's it's going to be interesting. It's great for talk, and it's all fun and games until, let's say, they waive Cooper Kupp and he goes and signs with the Chargers, and now he's still in LA sharing the same stadium. Now granted, one is AFC, the other's NFC, but that'll be kind of awkward if the Adams deal goes sideways and he goes trajecting upwards, or maintaining just being who he already is, which is a dominant wideout who can line up at all three spots, 1, 2, and 3, 3, 2, and 1. Whether it be WR1 or a slot, he's that guy. X, Y, whatever you want him to be, he's going to go out there and make it happen. In the crunch time too, when it matters the most. And best believe you don't want to see a motivated Cooper Kupp out there. This is a Triple Crown guy, and DAVANTE is also a very, like I said, animated guy. What if things aren't going his way? What if he's frustrated? Now, if you can't make him work with Matt Stafford, that's a you thing most of the time. But logic isn't always comes into play. I mean, this guy strong-armed his way to Vegas. To the Jets. Strong-armed his way out of Vegas to go to the Jets on a half-year rental, costing them draft picks, making it seem like this was the new tag team. Now we don't know where Aaron Rodgers is going to go. He's a chameleon at this point. No one has any clue. So, for me personally, it's a little bit risky in knowing what the transition process right now for the Rams, because remember the Rams they had their problems last year. They managed to bring it all in at the end of the year, but going into another season like that, and some of it might have been attributed to the injuries to Kupp, but you replace him with a 32-year-old whose cost is very high, very expensive. You better hope this is at least a lateral move with him being present. And at 18-game seasons now, I don't know. It's just like, again, I think it's just a flashy move that, I don't know how much substance is to it, but I'm not, this is no knock on the Rams. I'm just out here putting all the cards on the table. That's all I care to do. Bring some outside perspective, and that's it. But either way, the deal is done. The ink is set. This is very interesting, though, and it is box office, and it is the National Football League, and it's an entertainment-based league, and so you better believe that I can't wait to see what this entails and seeing what he actually has left. He hasn't played meaningful ball in the last couple of years, so it's not like there's wear and tear. I wish he could have stayed in Vegas and been a safety blanket over Brock Bowers, but and Jacoby Myers. But hey, everyone's got their own choice. So I think I'm going to make a separate video discussing the Pittsburgh and Seattle. Alright, so I hope this one was informative. I'll try to do better next time, Utopians, and stay tuned. I got another one on the way. Cheers. Global out.